Hello, everyone. Today we'll be diving into a detailed analysis of one of the most visually impeccable and emotionally charged new releases of this year, director Ra Karthik's Made in Korea. If you thought modern stories about self-discovery were over, this project will make you reconsider. The story centers on Shenba, a young woman from a picturesque but conservative Indian province. Her life in Tamil Nadu seems predetermined by her ancestors, tradition, family, and a quiet life. However, Shenba's heart has been beating to the rhythm of distant Seoul for years. She's not just a fan of dramas, she's built an entire parallel world within herself, where the Korean language sounds more familiar than Tamil, and she's familiarized herself with the maps of the South Korean capital down to the last alley. Director Ra Karthik masterfully exploits this contrast in the first third of the film, filling the frame with the warm, almost golden colors of the Indian sun, where Shenba, for all her beauty, seems like an alien element. Her attempts to get an internet signal by climbing on an elephant's back to watch the final episode of her favorite TV series initially evoke a warm smile, but behind this humor lies the piercing loneliness of someone who mentally lives thousands of kilometers from home. The turning point comes when personal circumstances and societal pressure force the heroine to take a desperate step. Escape with Mani, the man she's trusted for 9 years, should have been the beginning of a fairy tale, but instead turns into a harsh lesson. Betrayal at the airport leaves Shenbu alone to face the unknown. And here, the cinematography takes a dramatic turn. We see Seoul not as a glossy TV image, but as a cold, endless labyrinth of glass and neon. It's a city that doesn't speak your language and has no intention of pitying you. The heroine's sense of complete isolation is conveyed so viscerally that the viewer literally feels the piercing wind of the metropolis on their skin. However, it is precisely at this point of absolute zero that true transformation begins. A chance encounter with an elderly Korean woman, played brilliantly by Hye-jin, transforms the social drama into a profound philosophical parable about the connection between generations. Their communication is a distinct art form in this film. Deprived of the opportunity to speak fully to each other, they begin to communicate through gestures, glances, and most importantly, through the magic of cooking. Shenba brings the vibrancy of Indian spices and the irrepressible energy of youth to her new acquaintance's life, and in return receives something far more valuable than just shelter. She gains an inner core and lessons in true dignity. The director isn't afraid to dip the difficulties of adaptation, from linguistic oddities to hard physical labor. We see the protagonist gradually shed her old skin as a victim of circumstance. She no longer waits for salvation from a man or chance. She begins to build her own reality. The film's final act, dedicated to their ambitious project to open a unique restaurant, becomes a powerful hymn to female independence and cultural syncretism. Ra Karthik asks the viewer uncomfortable questions. Is a dream worth losing everything familiar? And how do you not break down when reality shatters your most rosy illusions? Made in Korea isn't just a visual treat, it's an emotional marathon that keeps you on the edge of your seat, thanks to a stunning soundtrack where the rhythmic beats of K-pop seamlessly intertwine with classical Indian motifs. It's a story about how true boundaries exist only in our minds, and that true home isn't a place on a map, but the people for whom you're willing to change. If you're looking for an inspiring, honest, and incredibly beautiful film that leaves a lingering aftertaste of hope and a desire to move forward, then this is a must-see.